the fans who say I'm hating on David. How you're a hater. David would kill Arthur. Blah, 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 blah. So can y'all please stop saying that? Because I thought that was the whole purpose of him moving up to light heavyweight was to fight Beterbiev. Now, all of a sudden, I'm going to grow up to cruiserweight. I'm going to have 2 fights at light heavy.
Why do you prefer that fight over like a big one?
There's no, you guys, I'm going to correct you guys where you guys keep saying that I don't get these fights, I don't get that fight. I don't get none of these fights because these guys don't want to fight me. If I would have had those fights available, I would have took that fight. The fight with I was trying to fight Bibbo for this fight. He didn't want to take the fight. I was, you know what I mean, with all these guys. That's why, like, I don't like people disrespecting me, saying that, oh, I'm talking all this shit, but I'm not taking the fights with these guys. These guys don't. No. I'm talking about other people. You know what I mean? Stuff that.
Because David Benavidez, the man fans proudly call the Mexican monster, actually running scared. On the surface, that sounds almost laughable. This is the same fighter who steamrolled Anthony Yarde in November, looking faster, stronger, and more vicious than ever before. The boxing world felt ready. The fans were locked in. Everything finally lined up for the one fight that truly mattered. Benavidez versus the undisputed light heavyweight king, Artur Beterbiev.
Who do you think poses the harder fight for you between Bivol and Beterbiev? Who presents the more difficult fight?
I think probably Beterbiev.
Yeah.
Because he's 14-0, 14 knockouts, 15-0, 15 knockouts. The thing I see about him is a little bit different. It might be an easier way to beat him is that he's really flat-footed, but he has a lot of power.
Yeah.
The thing about Bivol, he's more of a complete fighter.
Right.
He can hit you from here, he can move here. You know, you can't hit him. He's moving, you know.
Yeah.
But then everything shifted. Instead of stepping through that open door to face the most dangerous force in the division, Benavidez made a sudden left turn. He announced a move up to cruiserweight to fight Gilberto Zurdo Ramirez. Some fans see it as a smart play, a chance to win a title in a third weight class. Others aren't convinced. Veteran contender Lionel Lonnie B Thompson dropped a New Year's Eve video that's ripping through the boxing community, and his message is ruthless according to him. This isn't a power move at all. It's a legacy killer.
But what about the one he's calling for? I'm not familiar with him at 200 pounds.
Zurdo?
Yeah, Zurdo, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good fight. He's been talking about that. He told me about that a couple years ago when I went to see him in Miami. So, yeah, I mean, he's been having his eyes on him for a minute.
What you think about Zurdo?
Yeah, I think he could take him. That's the best fight, too, because Zurdo started at 160, so he's not a natural cruiser.
Gets straight to the heart of the accusation. Lonnie B isn't some casual fan firing off tweets from his couch. He's a professional who understands the sport from the inside. His take on the cruiserweight jump is blunt. It's a calculated safety move. On paper, fighting Zurdo Ramirez looks impressive. A belt at 200 pounds adds shine to Benavidez's resume. But Lonnie argues it's nothing more than a distraction, pulling attention away from the fact that Benavidez is walking out of the 175-pound division, just as the heat is rising.
I know, it seemed like he beat him pretty easy. It was David Benavidez, the guy that you sparred, who demolished Yarde. I mean, the stuff he was doing in that fight. I mean, I don't know if some was legal, some not, but he destroyed him. Like, it was a pure ass whooping that night. Yeah. So,
like, no, a pure brutal ass whooping.
It almost was, not to take away credit from David, because it seemed a little uneventful, because he dominated him so easily that the only person that you felt that should be lined up with him next is Arthur.
Right. So all the fans who say I'm hating on David, how you're a hater, David would kill Arthur, blah, 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 blah. So can y'all please stop saying that? Because I thought that was the whole purpose of him moving up to light heavyweight was to fight Beterbiev. Now, all of a sudden, I'm going to grow up to cruiserweight. I'm going to have 2 fights at light heavy. I'm going to go up to cruiserweight.
Technically 3.
What was the third? Oh, he had Volsnik, David Morrell. Oh, you're right, and Yarde.
Yeah.
Right. But I thought that was the whole point. And this is what I mean when I say fighters playing safe. I know they're going to kill me and they're going to hate me in the comments for this. But what I think David is doing is playing it safe. Not saying he's not a good fighter. Listen, David is a phenomenal fighter. They say I'm hating. But I was looking forward to him and Arthur next. I'm like, oh, now we get to see. Now we get to see if I was right. And that took me by surprise. He said, I'm going up to cruiserweight.
Lonnie says it's all about timing. Benavidez just delivered a career best performance against Yarde. He looked unstoppable. In old school boxing logic, when you look that good, you go straight for the top. You take out the head of the snake. instead by choosing Zurdo, a talented fighter, but one widely seen as less dangerous than Beterbiev's crushing power. Benavidez is effectively freezing the biggest fight in the sport. The shift from chasing undisputed glory to collecting a belt in a new division feels, too many insiders, like a strategic exit rather than a true challenge. That leads to the darker theory, the weaponization of time. Artur Beterbiev has defied age for years, maintaining terrifying knockout power, but even he can't outrun biology forever. Lonnie believes Team Benavidez knows this.
I think they're trying to do is wait Arthur out. Him and Bivol. I think they're trying to wait him out another year and a half, maybe 2, and then fight him and say, yeah, see, I beat him. But it don't count. It count, but it don't count because you ain't fighting when he was available to fight. He like, yo, let's fight me now. I'm gonna wait till you get a little older. Cause I'm not confident I can really beat you yet. So to make sure, like I said, Father of Time is undefeated. So what they doing is they throwing Father of Time in there. So,
yeah. You can stop me. Accusation is that they're deliberately tagging in Father Time as an ally by deterring to fight Zurdo, then possibly defending that belt or taking another tune-up. They push the Beterbiev fight back 12 to 18 months. The idea is to wait until Beterbiev slows just enough for cracks to appear, then swoop in and claim a legendary win without ever facing the prime version of the monster. Boxing fans have seen this strategy before marinating a fight until it's past its expiration date, and fans are tired of it. They don't want Benavidez versus a 42-year-old champion. They want to know who's the best right now.
Of like being a champion in a third weight class, right? And I'm with you. Like, I thought after that, when I heard the Zurdo fight announcement, and I know Malik Scott, who trains them, thinks differently. He thinks they're going to be the ones that beat him. But I was really looking forward to the idea of him and Arthur next, because it seemed like Bill was injured, right? He needs to obviously come back for Arthur and David, which everyone's entitled to think who would win that fight between David and Arthur, right? But that was the fight to make, and no shot to Zurdo, right? No shot to Zurdo. Maybe Zurdo could shock the world, right? Because I'm sure he's the underdog going into that fight. But
of course he's the underdog.
But I was really a little upset when I heard the Zurdo and not Arthur's name, because that was the fight where we really could see, what time it is.
Listen, that's all I'm saying. Listen. Now you tell me if they playing this safe. You let me know.
Look, I was always for pro David, and maybe there's a side that there was nothing.
No, Brian, you don't get to do that, Brian. It's a yes or no. It's a yes or no.
I'm doing a long-winded answer. Let me do the long-winded answer, okay? Let me do the long political answer. Because I like David, right? I like David.
Okay, but you can like him but tell the truth.
No, Lottie. Let me do the long-winded answer. I'm gonna do my long-winded answer, okay?
Go ahead.
I like what he was standing for. He was always looking for the smoke, and it seemed like he couldn't get the smoke. And so it seemed like at that point, the availability of the smoke wasn't there. This is the first time I feel like the smoke is there. Like, you can make the smoke, right? Arthur's not titled with Bivol. The smoke seems like it's there. Why are we not getting that fight?
Creates a serious identity crisis for the so-called Mexican monster. That nickname isn't just branding. It implies dominance and fearlessness. Lonnie B was merciless on this point. His rule is simple: if you want to be called a monster, you have to beat other monsters. You can't earn that label while sidestepping the biggest threat in the room. He made a sharp comparison with Zurdo Ramirez. Zurdo has faced elite competition, including Mitri Bivol. Yet no one calls him a monster, just a top-level fighter. Benavidez has the hype and the nickname, but if he avoids the Russian wrecking machine, that title starts to feel hollow. There's a difference between being great and being a monster. A monster clears out the division. A monster doesn't look at Artur Beterbiev and say, I'll try my luck at 200 instead. If this fight never happens, the nickname may start to feel like false advertising. What makes Lonnie B's perspective especially damaging is his first-hand experience. He's been in the ring with both men. He's sparred Benavidez, and he's sparred Beterbiev. He understands the difference in pressure, the unique heaviness Beterbiev brings. When someone who's felt that power warns that avoiding it is a mistake, people listen. The most surprising detail Lonnie revealed was about Beterbiev's mindset. Usually, Beterbiev is silent, no trash talk, no hype videos. But according to Lonnie, he actually wanted this fight. He heard the monster talk and wanted to test it. And that detail makes the avoidance look even worse.
I am a little confused. I would have to ask David why the Zurdo fight is the one that is being the one you go for when it seems like Arthur's the one interested. So it led me to believe that Arthur might be the light heavyweight monster.
Yo, and my thing is this: Arthur never talked shit. You saw after the post, he said, "Yo," he actually said something. I'm like, "Oh," I was surprised. Like, "Oh," so even Arthur was looking forward to it. Like, "Yo, they say you a monster. They say you a monster. Like, let's go." And the fact that David didn't say nothing. David didn't say nothing.